Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says a ceasefire with Hamas is not even on the agenda amid violence in the region. According to Haaretz, Netanyahu told his defense committee, "I am not talking to anybody about a ceasefire right now." Netanyahu's response comes just a day after his office vowed to further intensify attacks on Hamas in Gaza, following discussions with the same defense chiefs. According to officials in Gaza, 15 Palestinians were killed overnight as Israeli missiles struck the house of a Hamas operative and a cafe on the beach where people were gathered to watch the World Cup semifinal game. As Israel's air campaign entered its third day, officials in Gaza say at least 67 Palestinians have been killed since the conflict renewed this week. The BBC explains Israel says its targets have been militant fighters and facilities, including rocket launchers, weapons stores, tunnels, and command centers. But the country's military leaders have come under fire for reports of numerous civilian casualties, as well as its harsh rhetoric toward the situation in the Gaza Strip. The Palestine chapter of Defense for Children International reports 14 Palestinian children, including 4 toddlers, have been killed since Hamas and Israel began strikes. And while military leaders contemplate the real possibility of a ground offensive, the Jerusalem Post points out some Israeli politicians have also suggested cutting off water and electricity into the Strip. While Netanyahu quickly dismissed such an idea, the Times of Israel reports members of his defense committee have asserted they want to hit Hamas hard in order to deal a long-term blow to the group's military infrastructure. The Israel Defense Forces released this video, it says, proves that. The IDF says you can clearly see the pilot firing a warning shot, allowing residents to flee the target before launching an actual strike. According to Israeli officials, militants in Gaza have fired some 350 rockets into Israel since the operation began on Tuesday. Rockets continued to fly from the Strip toward towns like Tel Aviv Thursday, with one rocket reportedly intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system. For Newsy, I'm Christina Hartman.